I'm Marie Eldridge from Handi Quilter. Today we're talking about the HQ Skinny Ruler. It is 2 inches by 10 inches. I love how skinny it is. It just fits nice in your hand. Before we get started showing the ruler, we've got to see how eye candy, right? So I have a couple of quilts that it's been used with. So right here you can see this ruler has a 60-degree marked and a 45-degree angle, and I really like all the grid lines, but especially those angles. So a lot of angles today on this quilt. So this is one, and you can see it kind of change up the spacing between the lines. Here's another one. So you can see in the center where some of the lines are on an angle, some of the lines are straight, and the spacing changes again. Also, one of my favorite things to do on a triangle, we're gonna go through that, and you can see it just a little bit here in the light color. You can see how it shows up. So let's do a little quilting and I'll show you how this wonderful ruler works. I've started stitching here, and this is actually a 60-degree angle. So the way I got that to start with was I found the 60 degrees on my ruler, put it on here, of course, with the writing face up, and I lined it up so the 60 degree is straight and even with the bottom of my ruler. So once I had that set, then I just started working up the quilt by keeping that straight and then using the side of my ruler on the line I just stitched. I did this row of stitching. So we'll just start about 1/4 of an inch away from the last one. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to put my ruler right on that line. And as I put my ruler on that line, then the 60 degree is straight. And then I can keep my lines going, that same 60 degree going up. Once I get to the line, I kind of slow down as I get there, then I'm just going to use the ruler to inch up that side. I'm going to switch my ruler back around and just come back down the other side. Switch it up and go up about 1/4 of an inch, which is just about my hopping foot plus a stitch maybe. And as I put that on there, again, I can keep my ruler at that 60 degrees by laying it on the last one stitched, and then looking to make sure that my 60 is straight. So we'll just go up there. And you can see how the two of them coming together, they're cute, right? I like the different angle and how they look working together. So the distance between the lines will make a difference. The distance between the two boxes will make a difference. And of course you could have done this at a 45-degree angle as well. This next box is the one that was on the purple quilt. So you can see that there are lines that go straight and then lines that are on an angle. I love how the spacing changes. So these are more of a 1/2 inch, these are more of a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to, I kind of made some marks on here so I can line up with those. And I'll just stitch across until I hit the other line. And I can line up my grids, all my grids. There's so many things you can use straight rulers for. I just love that I can buy a ruler and have a lot of uses for it. So we'll go straight across this way. Back down, one more. And as I finish this up, I'm kind of back tracing a little bit, stitching over the last stitching, but I'll just move up to the top triangle. And I'm okay with this over stitching. It kind of sets it apart, kind of defines it a little bit. So now I'm on this one and we're going to do an angle. So I'm just have my markings that I just made with a little pencil. So we'll just go across. So I'll just build down just like these were here. Just keep moving down on those. So you can pretty much see how I built that block. This one is a favorite. They're all my favorite. So this one, I marked the squares. These are the straight divided by a 1/2 inch, and then these are on an angle. I'm surprised at how different they look. This almost looks bigger because they're on an angle. All right, so I'm pretty sure you can just look at those and you can see you're going to need to do some marking. I'm going to move over to this block right here. This is one of my favorite things to do. So we're just going to do angles. Once I have my needle set, then I'll bring my ruler in, and I'm just going to do angles. And I can sneak down this side, and we'll just kind of make these a little bigger so you can see the spacing. I always start out so that my first line is parallel to that angle. So then I know I can just work the block. Everyone is going at the same angle. And I can either use the markings on my ruler, or I can set my ruler at that same spacing each time, so just the same distance from the last stitches that I made. Just a couple more here. And then we're going to change directions. So this ruler, I do not have ruler grip on it. You can see how I'm pushing it from one side to the other side. So I, especially with the long arm, do not use the handy grip if I'm moving the ruler a lot, but you can do these same designs on a sit-down machine, and with the Sweet 16 I would totally use ruler grip. And then it's just that shifting of the fabric, and you'll be just fine with the ruler grip, and you're going to shift everything. All right, so now this line is going to be parallel with this one. So I'll just put my ruler on there, go up, and you can see when I'm stitching that I'm only stitching where I have control with my hand. So back the other way, and I'm going to show you this on a quilt, and then you can see how it just builds this way and goes back the other way. So here's the quilt, and you can see the border goes this way. Now the best way to hit that corner and get it just right is to start in the corner. And you can see I've kind of crashed in the other places, got some things dividing that area. Works just fine. So start in your center in the corner and then move out. Okay, so the one last one. And this is one that I like to do in triangles, and it's also real easy to travel with this one. So I have some marks on my fabric. I have a 1-inch mark coming down from the angle from the top. All right, get ready. It's really cute. I'm just going to go till I hit my mark, which I've just come straight down from that top angle. I'm positioning my ruler so I have a 1/4 inch before I hit the edge, hit the corner. Then I can just swish my ruler down so I'll hit the next mark. So this one kind of has different spacing, and the next one. So you can see I've finished that. Now I can just travel on to the next block. So this next block has bigger spacing. You'll just see what a different look it gives you. This ruler is so easy to manipulate in your hand. It's just I really like this skinny ruler. I like the size of it, I like the angles on it, I like the grid on it. I think you're going to like it too.